Do 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 do. Okay, so audio's good. Now I just gotta send this to the loyal fan base as I usually do. And then praise the sun! Good to see you again, DJ. Feels like it's been a while. Hang on, though. I just gotta send this to my random chat here in the self-promo tab. Additionally, gotta send this over to Ant as well, because he's been watching these. Doot! And then, I'll send this over to DJ, too, just in case he wants to pop in and say hi. I've been playing Dark Souls 3 now. Non-stop. I see. Here. 1 second while I just get something, because I forgot I left my charger in the other room, and I kind of don't want my phone to run out of battery during this. So I'll just let the, thing, get to the title screen, because why not? Backies! Okay. And there are warm-up time! He's right. Audio check, though. Okay. Excellent. Let's go ahead and just, what's this? I have pinned them. Appreciate it. It's actually kind of smart that you sent me these, because I can actually warm up with them. Wait a minute. Excuse me, sorry about that. I drank water before this, so I might be burping a little bit, but that's okay. Anything to keep the throat from getting dry. Excuse me. Excuse me. Foolish fool, learn your place. What? No. You don't get to hit me just because you're annoyed. How dare you speak to a Von Karma in that matter? And how dare you ask that? I already am messing up lines and we haven't even started the thing proper! You don't get to hit me just because you're annoyed. How dare you speak to a Von Karma in the matter? And how dare you attack people for asking questions? You're a fool, Kenway! A very foolish fool who asks foolish questions! Snatch! What are you doing? Franny, try the whip again. I dare you. You wouldn't dare. Did he just... This is unprecedented. What are you doing, pal? Ahem. Anyways, as I was annoyed, just annoyed groan. No, I love the image you have for this. It's just... Perhaps I should have joined the co-op before someone starts another international incident. I know it makes some mistakes because it's AI, but I gotta admit that actually is pretty funny. Just the tired expression on his face. I'm sorry. Anyways, Ronnie kind of dodged a bullet there. Yeah. Actually, Peyton. Wait, Peyton. Funny you say that, Peyton. Really funny you say that, because do you remember the assassin guy, Shelly the Killer? The guy with the monocle, the gentlemanly assassin. You remember him, right? From case 1? Wait. It's easy if I get the images. Thankfully, there is this handy dandy gallery where I can show you the characters. The judge wondered if this year of the court. Okay, wait. Yeah, you remember. Yeah, you remember this guy, right? He, it's funny, Peyton. In Justice for All, he actually got a shot on Franny. I'm not kidding. Shelly the Killer actually attempted to kill Franny in, well, he at least wounded her in Justice for All, so you could get Matt and Guard off of the hook. Wait. But didn't Shelly say guns were clumsy in this game? Anyways. Okay, so, yeah, that's funny. I didn't realize that, because Shelly would have had to have used a gun on Franny. Right? Or no, he would have. He would have had to. Or maybe... whatever. Anyways, okay, let's see the Verity one now, because that's what you were listening to. Wait, hang on, the scrolling is getting messed up here. Wait a minute. That's not Eustace. What? That's not Eustace. Oh, whatever. That's funny. It's not Eustace, but I know it's AI. Be honored! You stand before the renowned prosecutor Eustace Winner. Never heard of him. What? Nah, it's fine. Bro, I didn't expect it to be perfect anyways. Ahem. Prosecutor Edgeworth, Judge Gavelle, the Committee for Prosecutorial Excellence has serious concerns regarding your handling of a certain investigation. It's just the sparkles. Me? Young man? Yes, ma'am? What is your name? Peyton. And why are you accompanying Prosecutor Edgeworth? I'm helping him investigate. Indeed. He's actually been pretty useful, pal. Okay. God damn. More useful than some prosecutors. Hey! Oh my gosh, that's funny. Oh, and now Eustace is right now. Oh, now his image is right. Okay, whatever. Okay. Anyways. Let's go ahead and actually start the game proper now that I've gotten my voice warmed up. And a little laugh for good measure. So I gotta get the guide. Hang on here. The throat. Okay, so Ace Attorney Investigations 2, facts. I have the spoiler-free guide on the side. Did you not finish? I'm actually not going to read this one yet. I'm going to save the latter half of it for next time. Consider the Franny one. I'm going to do the next half of Verity the second time, just because if I dub it all now, I'm going to throw out my voice too early. So it'll give us something to look forward to next time, because if I read it all now, what happens to my warm-up then, you know? But don't worry. I shall hold it to my word that... Okay, hang on. Why can I not find this guide here? That's not it. It's... Hang on. Mind, chest, rank, sword. So I've done that. Okay, here we are. Okay, I got it. Want me to upload the confiscate as well? Sure. Why not? Why not? Let's see now. Oh, wait, hang on a minute. Gotta reload the... Not that one, it's this one. When I'm in intermissions. You know what? That might not be a bad idea, actually. March 28th, 3:02 p.m. Detention Center. Visitors Lobby. Or Visitors Room, whatever. Oh, I gotta get Mr. Saint's voice back. Fuck, what kind of voice did I give him? It was like a soft voice, but when he's crying, I make it more like, oh, I didn't do anything, man, I swear. Okay, so I have to get like a soft voice for him. So like, my name is Simeon Saint, or... we'll wing it for now. Considering, you know, I've always like tried so hard to put thought into voices, maybe I just wing it and see what works. You withheld information from me. Why? Eep! I didn't withhold anything, or at least I didn't mean to. Okay. Okay, so you are a member of the Big Berry Circus, right? No. I mean, yes, but no. I'm not really a member. I'm still new. That's irrelevant. You're still a member. Eep! Let's try this again. Why didn't you tell us? Because it would have looked so suspicious. Me being a performer in the circus show. And me being friends with Bronco. I thought if anyone found out, nobody would believe I was innocent. Not even you, Kay. I thought it made it clear that I believed in you. But when you stare at me like that, I get so terrified. You're a real smooth operator, aren't you, Miles? Any other client-scaring tips you want to share? You're really not helping, Fender. And at this rate, it sounds like we really will need to question him about everything all over again. So, what do you do at the circus, Simeon? I'm an animal tamer. Kind of. I'm still learning the ropes. That's so cool! Do you get to train lions and tigers and bears and stuff? Oh my. Lions? Tigers? Oh my god, yep. I knew this was coming. Lions? Tigers? Bears? Oh my! No. I work with this little guy. Looks pretty tame already to me. So you're not exactly a tamer, more like one of those old-timey organ grinders. Not now, money! I'm trying to... Oh, you little scamp. It's the Ratatouille routine. Also, yes, this is the monkey from Turnabout Big Top, to anyone who's curious. Something tells me it's the organ grinder who's being monkeyed around. When we spoke to you before, you said you worked at a company. I was telling the truth. The circus really is a company. We all have titles and everything. The ringmaster's the CEO and I'm, well, I guess you could call me a gopher. I even have a line manager. She's the head of the animal taming department. It's part of the showbiz division. Oh man, she's such an inspiration. There isn't a creature in the world she couldn't convince to do her bidding. Even Miles here? I'd like to see someone whip him into shape. I am not some kind of creature, Fender. So, this line manager, was she working with you on the show? Yes, it was just us two. It wasn't all that big of a job compared to what we normally do. She's usually the one performing on stage. I just do all the monkey work. But I did have a bit part this time. Have a bit part? Oh. But I did have a bit part this time. So only 2 members of the circus are relevant to this case. Alright, talk me through your movements here at the facility. Sure. I came to see Bronco around noon 2 days ago. And that was when you brought him the chess set? Yeah, and that same evening, I started work on setting up the stage in the yard. It was so hard! I had to haul everything in here by myself over multiple trips! Then let's use one of the rooms in the prison for storage. Workshop A, I think? Workshop A, where Knight's body was found. You mean your boss didn't help you? Oh no! I could never ask her to help and all that stuff around. Like I said, the monkey work's my job. Once it was all set up, we did a run-through, and it must have been midnight by the time I left. The next morning I was back and ready for the show, which started at 8 a.m. Then we performed till 10? So Mr. Saint was the only one to have... So Mr. Saint was only one of the pair to have entered the room where the body was found. And Knight's body was found immediately after the show had ended. Do you have any idea why you were arrested? And why so quickly? I've never seen a guy get booked so fast. Surely even Lil Winter wouldn't just pull someone on a hunch. Never underestimate the power of an underdeveloped intellect. I think I might know why. When I was moving all the stuff, I went to go see how he was doing. Bronco, I mean. You went to the holding cells on your own? Tell me you had permission. No. Oh, hey Ma! How you doing? Good to see you. No, it wasn't a formal visit or anything. So I just sort of snuck over and hoped no one stopped me. But you just seen him earlier that same day. Why take the risk? I've known him since we were kids, when both of us were all alone. He doesn't have any family, you see, just like me. I knew he'd be feeling lonely, that he'd want someone to talk to, so I had to go see him. You don't have any family? For a while I had my dad, but he passed away when I was a little kid. Losing one's father as a child. I know that pain all too well. Eating carnitas, what did I eat? I ate dinner. Simple as that. He's just like you and me, Mr. Edgeworth. Funny how this is kind of true, actually. I mean, when you stop and think about it, guys. I mean, Edgeworth lost his father. Can really been liked, I think. Okay, I'll view that in a second. Hang on, though. But it's funny, though, that Kay brings this up. Because, yeah, Kay lost her father in a courtroom because of a murder. We also know that Edgeworth lost his father because of Manfred von Karma in a murder. And there's actually a lot of people who have lost loved ones in Ace Attorney because of murder. Dinner, you are turd. Okay, I ate a quesadilla. I heat myself up tortilla. Put it in microwave oven with cheese. Heat it up. No, she's not talking about you, Peyton. She's talking about me. Because I gave her a silly answer. Now she's just, my mom's making fun of me. Okay, anyways. Sorry, what was I talking about again? Yeah, so it is funny how I like it on Ace Attorney that, I'm kidding. Okay. But it's funny how in Ace Attorney that, again, they really portray the loss of characters in a big way. Like, it's not just like main characters who die or, stuff like that. Like, they actually do make the side characters feel meaningful in that. And how the damage of crime really affects a lot of these characters. Anyway, sorry, just had to get that off my chest. Just being a mob. Okay. Okay, now I gotta get my voices back. There was nobody else nearby when you went to see him? No. The other holding cells were empty and I didn't see any guards. Well, somebody must have seen you, or you wouldn't have been in there. Oh no! No, 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 no! I messed up so bad, didn't I? So the assumption is that something happened while the two were alone together. At least I imagine. Oh my god. So, okay, I'll have to read this all in a bit, guys. I'm trying to get the dubbing out here. At least I imagine that would be Winner and Judge Gavel's thinking. In any case, I think we'll need to speak with your boss next. Last I heard, she's supposed to be around today, too. Somewhere in the yard. Tell her I'm sorry, won't you? I'm so sorry. I can't believe this happened. Sure thing, Simeon. We're all here for you. If there's anything else we can do, just say the word. But, I mean, there's nothing I can do for you in return. This is Ace Attorney, Mom. I've been dubbing it over like the last 4 streams now. You don't have to worry about that. We're friends. We know what it's like to be in your shoes. We're all part of the same club after all. Right, Mr. Edgeworth? Unfortunately so, I'm afraid. Thank you for sharing such personal details with us. By the sound of it, you had little reason to kill Mr. Knight. If anything, you're the one most affected by his passing. And what's more, I simply don't believe a person as gentle as you is capable of murder. Rest assured, we believe you, and we will get you out of here. The golf clap, just... The golf clap, that's funny. Well... Man, that was a teeny Bob cartoon. What? What the hell are you talking about? We're talking about laws and losing fathers and courts in a teeny Bop cartoon? What are you smoking? That's, facepalm. My sentiments exactly, Peyton. Anyways. Well. Oh my gosh. I do not understand you. So, can someone out here, tell me, what my mother's thought process is? Literally, I am playing a game where you play as a lawyer. I do not know how she went from point A to point B on this one. Okay, anyways. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. Get out. Just get out. Stop. No, get out of here. Yeah, no, you're just trying to rot my brain. No, that's what this is. You're trying to prank me. You're trying to say silly stuff to make me laugh. And goddamn it, it's working. I knew it. Guilty as charged. She sent the LOL emoji. Guilty. Guilty. Now, court adjourned. Bonk. Court adjourned. Oh my gosh. That's the 4th time my mom has come into my streams and said snarky stuff. First we had the simple-minded thing when I was fighting Savage Omega, and then there was what else did she do? There was something she did in Pinball that was funny. And now this! Okay, I need to stop over-analyzing every little thing my mom does and play this frickin' game. Well, what do we have here? A gosh darn defense attorney, that's what. Bravo, big guy. I can't believe I'm saying it, but you even reminded me of your old man for a moment there. I did? From the Book of Gregory. Okay, but seriously, I'm gonna go watch basketball. Okay. I'm going to guess the old man's watching too. You know how he is whenever the sports happen. Woo! Homer! The Giants hit a homer! He always does that. He always pops off. I don't blame him. I pop off too. But still. From the Book of Gregory, an attorney is friend to the friendless. Love you. Love you too, Ma. Bye. Enjoy the basketball. You frickin' prankster. I should have known this was you trying to prank shit again. I should have known. Because, like, this is just... Okay, whatever. Simmin me, bucko. This gal'll suffer any hardship for your friendship. Things are gonna be shiply amazing. Shiply? That's an interesting word. I didn't realize Talk Like a Pirate Day had come early this year, Fender. But that's just the thing! You never know when a pirate will strike next! Anyway, kid, want some candy? No thanks! I don't like sweet stuff. Oh, huh. Bummer. I wouldn't mind a nice ship myself. A great thief's galleon for the Dread Pirate K! Yahar, me hearties! We'll sail the 7 seas together and claim the greatest treasure of all, the truth! Shiver me timbers, you two will be the death of me. Come on, let's sail... Come on, let's set sail for the prison yard. But no sea shanties on the way, please. That's funny. That's cute. Okay, I gotta get water. I think I just blew out a ton of my voices. Nah, I should play so long. You know. Sometimes you just gotta kick back and have fun. Anyways, I gotta get some water because I think my mom made me blow my vocal cords responding to whatever shenanigans she was cooking up earlier. Freaking teeny bop. I should have... My mom would have never said that in any serious context. Of course it was a joke. Anyways. Okay. I got me a donut as well. Donut. Any new stuff in the chat? Oh, never mind. Sorry about that. Hang on. Okay, dude. How many minutes has it been and we haven't even started gameplay yet? Dude, it's been nearly 30 minutes. Okay. Play the goddamn game, please. Dude, it's been nearly... Look, the shutter's open. That's the way out to the yacht, I believe. Let's go take a look. Come on, what are you waiting for? Someone's excited. For some reason, Fender walks the way I do. Just hands in the pocket and just very casual walk. March 28th, 3:37 p.m. Prison Yard. So this is the famous yard. The circus performance was taking place here just before the body was discovered. Check it out! It's like the backdrop to some epic festival! Most of the prisoners were assembled here when the body was discovered, which means anyone who saw the show has an alibi. All right, time to take a look around. Eek! Kay? Stop hitting me! Help! Mr. Edgeworth! Cease and desist, you beast! Ah! Somebody, ow! Ow! Abby! Stay, Aziza! Stay! Oh, crap, I gotta get a little girl voice now. Who's that? Crap, I have to get a little girl voice now. Oh, shit. How am I gonna do this? I can't do a high-pitched voice! Frick! So this is another I have to come up with 8 million voices. Aw, you found a new friend to play with! Good for you, girl! Play with? Your elephant nearly ate me! No way! She'd never do a thing like that! Azia doesn't even bite! At least not very often. So she does have a taste for human flesh. Oh, wait. Excuse me. So she does have a taste for human flesh, then? How'd you like meeting a real-life elephant up close? Aren't you glad you did? Yeah, glad I didn't die. But you did have fun, right? Right? There, sweetie. Don't cry. She had a wonderful time. Didn't you, Kay? Don't mislead the poor girl, Fender. She did? Oh, I'm so happy! Here, let me make it up to you. How about a hug? Keep your trunk to yourself! Aw, another new friend! Isn't this just the bestest day ever? I almost have to give her like an Alba voice, almost. Just very excited, very kind of like silly, lighthearted. That's almost what I feel like I'm... Maybe I will give an Alba voice to this girl. Well, close to Alba as I can get, because like, I can't do high-pitched voices to save my life. I am Associate Defense Attorney, Miles Edgeworth. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry, I haven't even introduced myself. I'm Regina, it's so nice to meet you. I'm Kay, Great Thief Extraordinaire, and Mr. Associate Defense Attorney's Great Associate. This self-introduction brought you by the word convoluted. And your elephant's newest friend is Mr. Fender, the defense attorney. Oh, she's not just any elephant, that's Azia, the Asian elephant. Azia stopped the second he told her to. You really have a way with animals, Regina. Well, I wouldn't be much of an animal tamer if I didn't. What? So you're Simeon's boss? That's right, Regina Berry, head of the animal taming department, Showbiz Division, Big Berry Circus. It's so lovely to meet all of you. The pleasure's all yours. I need to really slow down, dude. I'm reading way too fast. The pleasure's all ours, mademoiselle. Name's Eddie Fender. I'm a bit of an ace attorney. So much for whipping me into shape. Yes, she's perfect! What are you muttering to yourself about, Kay? That positivity, that charisma, that energy! Regina, you make a perfect partner in crime for the Great Thief Yadagarasu! Great Thief? That sounds like fun! My animals and I have stolen the spotlight quite a bit in our time! That's the one thing we don't want to steal! Gotta keep it on the down low, all stealthy, ninja-like. But where's the fun without a show? The down low sounds like it might get me down. Bummer. I think we got a fundamental difference of opinion going on here. It would indeed appear that negotiations have broken down. Well, maybe next time, Kay. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, let's get cracking! Too bad we can't see of what's beyond the metal fence, though. Indeed, and we're in sore need of information in addition to evidence. Therefore, we should make an effort to talk with any persons of interest as well. Okay, finally investigating time. Oh my god, guys, gameplay. Okay, so first you speak with Regina. If you're the head of the animal taming department, you must be Mr. Saint's boss then. That's right! My dad founded the Big Berry Circus. But he passed away. He was murdered. I'm sorry to hear that. But we have a new ringmaster now, and he's made the circus bigger and better than ever. He's such a nice man, and he was a good friend of my dad's too. Wow, that's great! Lucky you! I know, right? It was his idea to set the departments like animal taming, magic, and ventriloquy. I think I said that right. Ventriloquy. Yeah, because ventriloquism... Yeah, so that should be the right way to pronounce it. Bro, I'm getting thrown words left and right. And I really need to slow down, because I already can tell I'm reading way too fast. Only animal taming and ventriloquy have been more of one... Only animal taming and ventriloquy have more than one person right now, though. But the Big Berry Circus is getting better and bigger every day. Sounds like you guys are really going places. They're getting on well. I'll leave them to it. Can you tell me about the show? Oh, it's a wonderful thing! It even has a story! And not just any story, it's a love story! Isn't that dreamy? Sounds like a regular riot. So, who's the star of the show? Let me guess. You? No, silly! That would be Azia! And she falls in love with none other than Regent the Tiger! Oh. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspheres. Oh boy. Oh no, dude. Yeah, so, about that, Regina. Anyways. It's a heart-rending saga, forbidden interspecies I'm reading too fast! Oh! Slow down! I have to keep reminding myself this. Ugh. It's a heart-rending saga of forbidden interspecies romance. Whoa, Nelly! I've heard of odd couples, but that takes the biscuit. And that's not all. There's a love triangle, too. It's so romantic. Oh my god. Love triangles. I don't know about you, Regina, but I've seen Inuyasha, and look, I love Inuyasha. Wait. What? Wait, what? No, it has to be a prank. There's no way that's real. Sorry, something my brother and sister texted me about. Peyton, you're in that triangle. Well, that's different. That's not really a love triangle. More just that there's multiple love interests. But it's like, this is the thing I hate about love triangles. Is that love triangles, because like, look. The thing with love triangles is, I don't think love triangles themselves are bad. My issue I have with love triangles is that, at least in terms of how they're used in stories, it all boils down to the same thing. Conflict, jealousy. And there's not really a whole lot of nuance or creativity to it. It's usually just there to insert conflict via jealousy, which, I'm not gonna lie with you, isn't always a good thing. Anyways. Sorry. And that's not all. There's a love triangle, too. It's so romantic. That sounds pretty incredible, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? So, the elephant is the heroine? I suppose there's a first time for everything. And, who's the third wheel? Oh, that'll be the big old meanie who tries to tear our star-crossed lovers apart. Ooh, what animal do you think it is, Mr. Edgeworth? Given that it's a circus, perhaps a lion? I think a raven would be cool, like the Yatagarasu. Nope, it's a sneaky monkey. Yep. Figures. That's certainly lowered the stakes. Oh, you mean money, right? Nope again. The role of the monkey is played by Simeon. Oh, So that's what he means by monkey job. Money's far too small to play against Azia and Regent, silly. Anyway, the evil villain tries to tear Azia and Regent apart. What will become of the fated twosome? It's so exciting, isn't it? Wow, it sure is. So, Mr. Saint was more than just a little helper he claims to be. Poor Simeon. It'd be terrible if he couldn't perform with us anymore. Can you tell me about how you set things up for the performance? Oh, that's not really my area. Simeon took care of all that. All the lifting and carrying and stuff. He's such a sweetie. He offered to do everything by telling me to concentrate on the show. I did see him do something near that well, though. A well? I recall seeing one behind the stage. I should examine it in more detail. You should have seen him moving those huge cages around by himself. He's a total hero. Yeah, sounds like something he would do. Weeping all the while. He was going back and forth between the yard here He was going back and forth between the yard here and some sort of workshop with all the equipment. The prison gave us special permission to use it for storage. But he was the only one who went down there, so I don't know much more than that. The workshop must be the one where Knight's body was found. I guess this confirms that Mr. Saint was the only performer to have gone into Workshop A. Well, this sucks. All we're getting is information that works against us. You have to help Simeon, Mr. Attorney. We're all counting on you. Just leave it to us. He may not look it, but Mr. Edgeworth knows how to get things done. And what exactly is he may not look it supposed to mean? Okay, so now that I've done the talking, and then... Cons have gone kind of gross. Well, yeah, Scott. I mean, have you seen how expensive they are? Sorry. My brother and sister are telling me about something that apparently happened at a convention that I thought was a joke. And that sis thought was a joke, but no, apparently it's true. Apparently, someone went to an anime convention in San Jose and said there was a booth to drink water where an anime girl had accidentally dunked her feet in. I'm not even kidding. Apparently, this is in San Jose. And I was like, well, I wouldn't know about this because I haven't gone to a convention. Despite the fact that I'm a big anime nerd and I have a freaking collection in my closet. That's the funny thing. I've never actually been to a convention. I thought, no, this has to be some kind of like, you know, joke or it's taken out of context. But no, apparently, I'm looking online here. There's multiple sources saying otherwise. And that can't be a coincidence. So, kind of weird how that works. Anyways, let's get back to the guide here. Bro, I have made, like, no progress because I keep getting distracted! So, let's not get distracted and examine the well. A simple, sturdily built well. I wonder if it was the work of the prisoners. Somebody left a bunch of tools lying around. There's a long piece of rope and a pretty heavy-looking weight. Let's see. It weighs 30 pounds. Oh, and there's some pulleys, too. Okay, can you stop touching everything in sight? Oh, come on! It's not like I was gonna take anything. What exactly were they being used for, I wonder? Okay, so after we examine that, next we speak with Fender. Making me do a freaking marathon here. Oh, an Asian elephant named Isaiah, and one of the very big circus's many animals. She certainly seems fond of petting humans, based on what we've seen. Well, most humans. You can't just glare at her like that, Miss Edgeworth. She'll think you're trying to show her who's boss. Are you telling me she thinks I'm one of her kind? No, just that she respects you, I guess. How comforting. Okay, Fender. What's up? Who doesn't love a good circus performance, eh? A foray into the realm of fantasy. If the performance is a good one, it can certainly be entertaining, yes. Man, I'm getting pumped up just thinking about it. A chance to escape reality, however brief, can often be a powerful tonic. You got that right. It doesn't just make you want to hug something. Like the circus. Holding a show here right in the shadow of the fence that keeps these guys in. Guess the magic of the big top is enough to make them forget they're in the same boat as the animals. The fence. I suppose I should examine it too. It is part of the facility after all. Well, we missed the show, but we still got the stage and all this other stuff to check out. He's right. I should also look over the show set equipment, just in case something useful turns up. Chat over, huh? You don't exactly give a guy a lot to work with, Miles. Kid's really something, huh? Wish I had a tenth of her starry-eyed outlook. I suppose that's because her head seems to be up in the clouds. Right? She's so above it all that no one dares go up against her. But she doesn't even need to crack that whip with the animals. The eyes go from starry to steely, and suddenly, it's sit-stay. I can think of someone who very much enjoys cracking the whip. You can, huh? Sounds like a real piece of work. Come on, Miles Areno, spill the beans. Trust me, Fender. One crack of her whip, and you'll be running from the courthouse doors. Surprised he has not... Wait. There's no way he hasn't heard of Franny. This dude literally had a thing against Manfred. Fender. No way. Okay, whatever. Okay, so after talking with Fender, then we speak with Kay. Or not. Oh, the pond in the lower left. Okay. Hey! Who are you shouting at? Ponds like this usually have goldfish in them, right? I want to see if they'd come say hello. I only see water striders. Hey, water striders are cool. They can walk on water like ninjas. Whoosh, whoosh. Man, I wish I could do that. So much for the goldfish. Then we examine the electric fence. Danger! High voltage! I never saw one of these in real life. Hey, that must be the fabulous garden outside the warden's office over there. Ah, yes. Warden Lagarde mentioned being able to see it from a window on the detention center side. Wish this dumb barbed fence wasn't in the way, though. I thought it was all one big yard. Given how protective the warden seemed of her little bit of earth, I imagine it's to keep the riffraff like us out. There you are! Oh, there she is. Gotta get my Mrs. Puff voice now. Regina, cupcake! Oh, Warden Lagarde! I've been simply dying to sit down with you for a chat, you exquisite little thing. Okay, now we speak with Lagarde. Do you mind if I ask a little bit about the prison? Oh, not at all. This place is my pride and joy, my home. Sure, it was a prison when I first arrived, and it was an awful, utter disgrace. Awful? I suppose you mean the prisoners were unruly. I most certainly do not. They're angels, every one of them, and they always have been. No, it was the ambience that was awful. I fretted, I brooded, and then it hit me. The animals! If anyone couldn't brighten up the place, it was them! It is nice having them around. Isn't it just? And now look at my fabulous little family. Why, my darling Frankie here is the very picture of rehabilitation. Except when he's rifling through dead men's pockets. We have so many success stories among the family, but my darling Frankie really is a marvel. He's thrown himself into his vocational training and is the first to volunteer for everything. What, and your other model prisoners don't do that? Oh, of course they do, my dear, of course. They're all such triers, such doers. It's just that Frankie, he let's just say he knows what's good for him. What exactly does she mean by that? Anyway, he's a very good boy, so do try to be nice to him, won't you? Loud, soaring music, great leaping animals, the Berry Big Circus truly has it all. And everybody who comes here gets to see it once a month. Really? In that case, let me see. She'd better not be thinking of something to confess to. This monthly show is always performed by the Berry Big Circus. But of course, sweetie, I'm Regina's biggest fan. That girl's my little princess, my superstar. From Mario Party, I'm the superstar. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, sorry. Had to crack a Mario Party joke at least one time. She's so wonderfully talented. Yes, she is. And she's so adorable, so sweet, I could just gobble her right up. You're not lying when you say you're her biggest fan, huh? Which is why I'm worried about her. So worried. It's all because of poor Simeon, you see. If he's found guilty, why, darling Regina would be devastated. So you must simply make sure that doesn't happen, Mr. Lawyer. Please, I'm begging you. If there's anything I can do to help you clear up this awful misunderstanding, you let me know. Okay, so after speaking to Fifi, we show her evidence if you want. Okay, but I've already examined the elephant, so that's good. Then, after we do the wicker basket. A wicker basket, or rather a cart given the wheels. Oof, smells like animals. I suppose they must have been using it to move things around. Hey, wouldn't it be fun to hop in and race down a hill? Ooh, you know what else would be fun? Racing down a hill on office chairs. Where did any of that come from? Okay, and then after this, I gotta reposition myself a little here. We examine the power room door. This door appears to be locked. Want me to open it? Can't guarantee anything, but I'll certainly give it a try. No, if we deem it necessary, we will simply ask for the key. Spoil sport! That could have been my chance to shine! You're free to shine somewhere else, but you'll not make an audience out of me. After we do the power room door, then we examine the stage. This must be the stage for the show. Do you think people would be interested in a great thieving show? I'm sure the police would be very eager to attend. Yeah, it's actually a very good comeback now that I think about it. It's actually a pretty good comeback. Dude, I can't get my freaking phone to... there. After that, we move to the right side, and then we speak with Sod. Okay. And now I have to get this guy's voice back. Oh, yes! I sell newspaper subscriptions! Jackie! One more thing! That's where I got the voice from, the Jackie Chan's uncle voice. Ah, Mr. Attorney, how are you today, if you don't mind me asking? Today? We just talked to you earlier, Mr. Sawit. Oh, heavens, I do apologize. Ever since I came to call this place home, I've been working on my interpersonal skills, you see. In order to be as annoying as possible? I'm currently helping out the circus show stage tear down and clean up. But if you have any need of me, I'll do my utmost to help. I'm just shipping in and doing what I can, model prisoner that I am. Yes, my stay in this prison has been... Slow down. Yes, my stay in this prison has been... Oh! Yes, my stay in this prison has seen me reborn. The Frank Sawit you see before you is a changed man. A changed man who now targets the recently deceased? No, you misunderstand. That was just a moment of madness. A moment of madness? You're a disgrace to all thieves everywhere. You're right, of course. I can't deny it. I still have a long way to go. As a thief? Anyway, as you can see, I have shiny new bracelet now. So it's the straight and narrow for me. Like I say, I'm a model prisoner. Not that a real model prisoner would need to keep telling me that. I'm doing everything I can to prepare for my eventual return to society. Yeah, you even skipped a show to focus on your training, didn't you? That's right. Only 2 inmates were absent, Sawit and Connus. Why didn't you tell us about Mr. Connus sooner? Look, I don't think there's an inmate in the cell who'd talk about him even if they didn't have to. He's, well, you could say he's the real one in charge here. You didn't hear it from me, well, but I guess it comes with being the fixer. The fixer? Yes, anything you need he can get for you. But how does he get away with it? I am not sure, but he's the only one who does. I heard he has a secret way of getting things into the facility. I imagine being the fixer affords Connor certain privileges. Not that I concern myself with such things anymore, of course. I'm far more interested in perfecting my mud pack application technique. And what are these mud packs exactly? They're a special type of mud treatment, rich with minerals. It works wonder on their coats. I've been practicing on the animals here in the prison. I hope to treat them all eventually. Speaking of mud, that certainly reminds me of a certain piece of evidence. Maybe I should try presenting it to him. That's right. Considering this does have, you know, the mud on it. That's the rubber glove I dropped! Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course! That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing. I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened. I see. Around what time would this have been? Oh, let's see. The show had started around... let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, and the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance that one enters when one slathers an animal in thick black mud. I think the stress of the prison might be getting to him. Okay, I'm losing my Edgeworth voice. I need to take a quick water break here, fellas. Backies. Okay. Of course, it's all thanks to the warden that we have access to such wonderful distractions. I'm eternally grateful, truly I am. Regina, darling, you put on the most splendid show for us yet again. The stage, the stars, and you in particular, my princess, it was simply divine. That's like so nice of you. I hope everybody else who watched it enjoyed it too. About that, dear, I'm afraid I have something awful to confess. There were some absences, you see. She must mean saw it in Canis. We were 3 members short. Unbelievable, I know. How will you ever forgive me? I'm sorry, but you're saying 3 inmates didn't attend the show? That's right, sweetie. I counted the seats myself. 1, 2, 3 no-shows. And I always make sure there are enough seats for everybody. But Mr. Edgeworth, that's not right, is it? Indeed. As far as we were aware, Mr. Canis and Mr. Sot were the only ones not present. This doesn't add up. Who is the 3rd missing prisoner, and what were they doing? It seems we will need to investigate further. Oh, I was enjoying my chat with dear Regina so much, I almost forgot. I must feed the little one. The little one? Yes! Alligator! You're looking as adorable as always, Allie, my sweet. Aw, she's so pretty! And what a cute name! Yes, Allie the alligator. Isn't she a darling? Oh, that's kind of fun. Well, I mean, I guess it's not really the most outlandish thing here. You have a prison full of animals, so fine. She's my favorite, aren't you? Yes, you are. I'm so jealous. Can I pet her? Of course, princess, of course. Boy, howdy. These two were made for one another. They look like they'll be busy for a while. Maybe we should, go back inside the prison and check the cells. Yes, let's. Perhaps we can find a clue as to who our missing 3rd prisoner might be. March 28th, 4:02 p.m. Prison corridor. Sir! Mr. Edgeworth, sir! Oh, I finally caught up with you! Oh man, it's been forever! Gumshoe, finally! I've actually missed him, dude! I actually miss our big log. Detective, you're not needed elsewhere. No, the judge and the kid aren't here yet! Oh, and I got your message! So you searched the victim's cell. Did you manage to turn anything up? We struck gold, sir! Well, blood anyway. It was right there on the floor. Only in tiny specks, though, but at least it's something. Yeah, it proves the holding cell was the scene of the crime, right? Not quite. It proves a possibility, but it's not conclusive yet. I thought you'd say that, sir, which is why I ordered some follow-up work. I asked for forensics to analyze the blood and see if it matches the victims. They're on it as we speak. Nice work, Gummy. You thought of everything. Detective, I must say, I'm impressed. Did you hit your head or something? Gee, don't look so surprised, sir. I just hope things continue to go in our favor. Man, poor Gumshoe, man. Alrighty, so that's proof the murder happened in the detention center. And for our next trick, we found out how the dog got over there. Don't worry, you can leave that one to me. Until the kid and his chaperone get here, we've got the whole prison to ourselves. Which is why I brought my secret weapons along. Oh, it's like this. Secret weapons? That's right. A few tools in the trade that have helped me bust more than a few cases wide open. Behold, the 7 secret weapons of Dick Gumshoe, Ace Detective Extraordinaire. Well, I don't know about you crazy cats, but I'm sold. Miles? Dude. Oh my god, stop texting me! Holy shit, guys! I will respond to your run in a moment, Scott. I am trying to dub here. Very well, Detective. We'll try using your secret weapons. You got it, sir! Let me run you through the list! Secret weapon number 1, my trusty old metal detector. It's made of steel, silver, or scrap. This little guy will... Blah. If it's made of steel, silver, or scrap, this little guy will be right here to find it. So, it detects metal. Very good, Detective. Next up, secret weapon number 2, missile. Everyone's favorite crime-fighting canine, the doggo. He's back. You can try pretty much any sight you put in front of him, especially food. He sure is a lot cuter than Mr. Connus' dog. And now for secret weapon number 3. Where did I put it? Aha! Am I one snapper short of a school, or is that a fishing rod? Don't tell me we're gonna go fishing for clues. No, I mean, I just happened to have it with me is all. I see. Well, onwards and upwards, Detective. Let's see what else you have. That's all she wrote, sir. Gummy! You're 4 secret weapons short of your so-called 7, and one of them was a fishing rod. Sorry, but that's all for today, okay? I'll show you the rest next time. Why do you think I call them secret? God can't just go showing everything at once. That's crazy. In that case, I suppose the 3 you've deigned to reveal us will have to do for now. All right, which one do you want to try, sir? Okay, and then we actually do want... missile. You got it, sir. Hey, missile, here, boy. Aw, he really came. So, what are we tracking? We're trying to find out how Mr. Connus' dog got to the holding cells in the first place. I suspect the same route was being used to bring Knight's body back to the prison. So we give the pooch a sniff of the body, and he'll find that route for us. Does anyone smell something kind of sweet? All I smell is the odor of blood. It's faint, sir, but it's there. Almost like, cake maybe? Why would the body smell of cake? Okay, missile, get a noseful. Here we go! Follow that dog! That's the way to... He's headed for maximum security! Uh-oh, he's going in! Then we'll just have to follow him. March 28th, 4:24 p.m. Prison. Maximum security. This is Connus' cell. Though the man himself is absent, it seems. Is he meeting with someone in the visitor's room? Do you think Missile's onto something? Shh! Looks like maybe he is! Is there something here? Let's get snooping! Oh. Let's get snooping, Mr. Edgeworth! Okay, so I think first things first. Hang on. First, we examine the carving tools. Look, Mr. Edgeworth! That chisel on the floor is a bit smaller than the others. I'm no woodworker, but perhaps it's an all-purpose one that can be used in a pinch regardless of the job. An all-purpose pocket chisel! Makes sense! Always nice when your tools are useful and easy to carry. Is that your opinion as a thief? Nope! It's my opinion as a great thief! I walked into that one. Okay, and then after that, we examine these ones up here. Mr. Connus's chisels. Everyone is a potential murder weapon. Heh, that reminds me of something. The furrows in your brow, when you frown, looks like somebody took a chisel to your forehead. I have no idea what you mean. See? They're so deep! Don't tell me you don't see it, Mr. Wood-carving face! Have you quite finished? After that, we examine the rice crackers. Tea and rice crackers. Mr. Connus clearly doesn't lack it for comforts. I can think of worse ways to spend my time in jail than drinking tea and playing chess. I thought this was maximum security, not maximum comfort. How come nobody else gets a special treatment? Complaining to me isn't going to help. Perhaps you could take it up with the man himself. Yeah, no thanks! After that, we examine the chess set. Mr. Connus's chess set, complete with his special dog piece. That's not a chess set, that's a whole chess table with legs! Looks like it might be worth something too. It's not inconceivable, some of them are. And this is quite a nice one. I never would have pegged Mr. Connus as a chess fan though. Well, with the whole Eastern aesthetic he's got going, I thought he'd be more into Go. Go, huh? Can you play? I can play Go Fish! Not the same thing, Kay. Not even close.
Huh? What's the matter, boy? Wait, is this cake what you're after?
Whoa! Down, boy! Stop that!
No! You can't have it! Dogs can't eat chocolate, you know that! If you won't behave, I'll just have to eat it myself! Not bad!
That's some real outside the chocolate box thinking there. Not sure everybody agrees, though. Gummy! I wanted some! Daring of you both to assume the food in prison is safe to eat. Well, daring or dumb.
So, anyway, it looks like it really was the cake missile was tracking.
Talk about a waste of time. I suppose we got our just desserts. But the little guy is definitely capable, right?
Sure he is! This was just a blip! He'll follow the right scent this time, I promise! Sink, boy!
Okay, I'm not gonna voice the dog, dude. I'm gonna throw out my voice hard if I do that.
Oh, I think he's onto something! Whatever it is, it's in here!
Mr. Carcerato's cell. We need to take a look inside. Detective, call the guard.
Yes, sir!
Thank you, officer. A question before we begin. Is the prisoner, Mr. Carcerato, still in solitary?
No, sir. He came back a little while ago. And he was here for the noon roll call. Guess he must be on work duty someplace.
I see. Well, now if you would be so kind to please open his cell.
Yes, sir!
Okay. You were on the punching bag. Gotta lose 20. 10 LVs. Okay. So, first things first, we examine the punching bag. This punching bag certainly has... Hang on. This punching bag certainly has seen some use. What breed were you getting, Missile? Sure it wasn't a boxer.
No way!
No way indeed. Quickly, detective, move the sandbag aside.
Yes, sir! A hole! Could this be? Whoa there! Wait! Missile!
I'm going in too! Wait, stop!
Sir, I'll go get her! Oh! Oh, it's tight! I should have eaten that cake!
He's gone. Well, I'm not going in there. I guess we'll just have to wait.
Audio check, sorry.
Hello, Kay? Are you alright? You're not gonna believe this, but we're in the detention center. The detention center? That hole! It's a tunnel that leads into Mr. Knight's cell! What? Don't go anywhere. I'm on my way.
March 28th, 5:04 p.m. Detention Center. Holding cell.
Kay! Hey there, Mr. Edgeworth! Guess you could say we made our breakthrough. Quite. At least they came out unscathed, I think.
Sir, the floorboards under the bed were torn up!
So that's how they did it. There's no doubt about it. This must be the route we've been looking for. The corridor connecting the detention center and the prison locked down by heavy security doors. But with the help of this tunnel, it can be circumvented. It was a sweet scent. It was a sweet scent that started this whole search. Could it be the scent was in fact coming from Knight's body after all? Incidentally, Knight's body was covered in dirt. Dirt that might have come from being dragged through this tunnel. Okay, what was it like down there? Well, it was pitch black, so I couldn't see a whole lot. Luckily, my camera has a flash, so I took some pictures. And then let's see what you captured. Look at that! Spoons? A fork? Guess there were 4. Guess these were for digging the tunnel. That aside, are those footprints? Paw prints, even. From a dog, perhaps? This is a vital piece of evidence. However, it begs somewhat of a question. It does? Mr. Caserato has been making use of this tunnel, which means... Detective, we need to find out what Mr. Caserato is, immediately. If my suspicions are correct...
Huh? Oh, nuts!
The guards were alerted and they began searching for Mr. Caserato right away. But after a thorough investigation of both the prison and the detention center, he was nowhere to be found.
March 28th, 5:34 p.m. Detention Center. Corridor. Well, have the police been notified? Yes, ma'am. We just finished liaising with them a moment ago. They set up a cordon around the entire facility. Good. The first blemish on our prison's spotless reputation is always the ugliest. It won't happen again, ma'am.
A rather different lagoon to the one we've seen so far.
Mr. Edgeworth, was it? I really can't thank you enough for finding that tunnel, darling. Sadly, it might have been too little too late. It seems he may have already left the building.
I'd say that's unlikely, Warden. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. Okay, I need to get water. I am messing up my speech so much. Get a little warm up in. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. After all, there's a security gate at the exit to the detention center. You're not suggesting you simply walked through it?
What's to say there was only one tunnel, sweetie,
I suppose that's true.
Well, whatever the case, this is no time to be standing around chit-chatting. Mr. Edgeworth, would you mind continuing with your investigation?
It would be my pleasure.
And you three can get back to your posts! Yes, ma'am! Detective, the results of the blood test just came back from the lab. Thanks, pal!
Let's see what they tell us about the blood found in Mr. Knight's cell. Well, what does it say, Mr. Edgeworth? They've identified the blood, and it is, in fact, Mr. Knight's. Nice job, everybody! Teamwork makes the dream work, huh? We've got Knight's blood in his holding cell, a tunnel, and a dog clearly went through. And security footage showing Knight being attacked by the dog in his cell. Case closed! We have all the evidence we need. Let's see what Mr. Connus has to say for himself.
Connus? Oh, darlings, are you sure? Do be careful around him, won't you? He's as well connected to the outside as he is in here.
I suppose he would have to be. How else would the so-called fixer stay in business?
The police have been trying to track down his accomplices for the longest time. Even I've had to lend them a hand myself, you know.
So, that's what that was all about.
He's still not talking, ma'am? Even with all the evidence you borrowed from the precinct? No, and I've tried so many times, I've lost count. What am I supposed to do? I can't send a blank report. I guess a killer for hire is always going to be a tough nut to crack.
You borrowed evidence from the police to help with your investigation, is that correct?
Why, yes, sweetie. Everything related to Connus is with me now. Heaven knows how many times I've hauled the secretive scoundrel to my office to talk with me. But no matter what I say, or how much evidence I present, he simply won't say a word.
A prison warden conducting interrogations herself. That's irregular, to say the least. Well, also is this entire prison, but that's just the pot calling the kettle black there.
Let your guard down and he'll devour you a whole. Be careful, darlings. You've been warned.
Hoo-wee. And here I thought things couldn't get any spicier. Alright, now I'm gonna get my Connus voice back. Thou art a foul, cowardly, maidenless knave. Okay, I gotta get that voice back. Oh gosh. March 28th, 5:55 p.m. Prison, maximum security. Judge Gavelle, I didn't expect to find you here. We've been conducting enquiries, which, given that we are in charge of the investigation, is hardly strange. What is strange is that you're still here, Mr. Edgeworth. I gave you a warning, did I not? I told you that your badge was at risk, should our paths cross again, and yet here you are. I'm sorry that you thought I might be so easily discouraged, Your Honor. But I am not about to let the truth slip from my grasp, no matter what you or the committee might say. I'm here to present a certain someone with evidence that you yourself should have uncovered. You have more business with me, I take it, Mr. Edgeworth. I do. I promised I would be back to prove that you were the killer, and here I am. This should be amusing. Very well. Whenever you're ready. Objection! Not so fast! We have some truth of our own to share. First-rate deductions, in fact. Indeed. We are now more than certain that Simeon Saint was the murderer, and that only he who could have moved Mr. Knight's body from his holding cell to the prison proper. We shall prove to you this beyond a shadow of a doubt. But first, a question. Are you quite determined to continue on this course, Mr. Edgeworth? Should you fail to rebut our deductions, there will be no going back. Your very career hangs in the balance.
What? You mean you'll take his badge if you don't like how this goes? That's intimidation!
Not at all. If anything, I'm showing him mercy. This is not Mr. Edgeworth's case. It never was, and I am under no obligation to hear him out. If he is prepared to accept the potential ramifications of his actions, I will allow him one last chance. Well, are you truly willing to take the risk to put your beloved badge on the line? Mr. Edgeworth!
Sir!
I accept your terms. I'm confident of my reasoning, and what's more, I'm representing the firm of Edgeworth & Co., and I do not intend to besmirch its name. My duty will be done, and I will not be intimidated. Very well. Let's see whether you're brave or simply reckless. By the power invested in me by the almighty goddess of justice, let this judgment commence. Eustace, if you will allow me. Fine by me. He's all yours, Gavel. Okay, you smug bitch. You're getting yours now! How Mr. Knight wound up in the prison proper. Excuse me. You are aware of the incident involving Mr. Knight the day before yesterday, I assume? He assaulted an innocent guard and stole his keys. Later, in the middle of moving a large animal cage, Mr. Saint stopped by Knight's cell for a little visit. That's when Mr. Knight stole out of his cell using the keys he'd stolen. He slipped into the cage, and there he hid as he was wheeled to one of the prison workshops. It figures she was going to bring up Mr. Saint going to Mr. Knight's cell. Yesterday, after you so kindly made us aware of the security camera footage, we decided to take a look back. We decided to take a look at it for ourselves. Perhaps you would like to see what we found. This is a still from the footage we received. Mr. Saint speaking with Mr. Knight at his cell. That's correct. You will also note that he has positioned the cage in such a way to obscure the camera's view. It is this blind spot that allowed Mr. Knight to exploit in order to enter the cage undetected. A sound deduction based on what can be observed, wouldn't you say? A blind spot, which means that the camera wouldn't have been able to capture the moment Knight entered the cage, if he did at all. So it's still possible he didn't actually leave his cell at this point. I don't get it. Why would Mr. Knight want to hide inside the cage? There's really only one possibility. He intended to escape. A prison break! That's so cool! Mr. Conserado, Mr. Knight, everybody's doing it! I have to step up my game! Okay, now is really not the time. Mr. Conserato's escape is no laughing matter. It is my belief that Mr. Saint helped Mr. Knight with his escape attempt. That is to say, he was his accomplice. Wow, go Simeon! That wasn't a compliment! I understand the cage was briefly taken to one of the workshops. I imagine that things had gone to plan. Mr. Knight would have remained in the cage until after the show, and then removed from the premises along with the rest of the circus's equipment. Unfortunately for Mr. Knight, Mr. Saint had other ideas. He killed his friend in cold blood. Judge Gavel's argument seems reasonable, but there must be a fault in her logic somewhere, and I'm going to find it. fact this bitch is actually still dead set on accusing Mr. Saint after all of this. Poor Simeon, man. Bro cannot catch a break. Okay, so first what we do is the second and fourth statement. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Hold it!
Do you have any proof that Mr. Knight stole the keys? I can think of no other reason for him to carry out such a brutal attack. Once the guard assaulted regains consciousness, I'm sure he will confirm our suspicions. I wouldn't be so sure. Perhaps I should press her further on her reasoning. Sorry, but I believe there's a flaw in your reasoning. If Knight had the keys, there was nothing stopping him from leaving whenever he wanted. Why wait for Mr. Saint? There was no need, surely. He chose the option he deemed most likely to succeed. He stole the keys and then hid them somewhere. Then waited for an opportune moment to present itself. He hid the keys? I'm afraid you made an uncharacteristic oversight, Your Honor. But Knight wasn't hiding any keys. That has been proven already. And this is the piece of evidence that proves Knight didn't have the keys. That's right, because he would have hid it in the chess set, right? Oh no, in his cell key. Hang on.
Take that!
Since you know about the incident, I assume you must already know this, but after the assault, the guards searched both Knight and his cell and no keys were found. And if the whereabouts of these keys cannot be proven, then neither can your theory. I've considered the matter of the missing keys, and I do not think it's such an issue. I still believe he had them. After all, the guards only stated they were unable to locate them. And this is because they were cleverly hidden inside the pocket chess set. Knight's chess set. The same set which the murder weapon was also allegedly hidden. Was it? I can't help but wonder about that. What? But you're the one who proposed it! Actually, if you recall, that was Eustace's assertion. So the two of them aren't of one mind on this, I take it. Allow me to restate the facts. Mr. Knight hid the keys he stole from the guard inside his chess set. When Mr. Saint came to see him, Mr. Knight used the keys to open the cell and climb inside the cage. He was then moved from his holding cell to that workshop into the prison proper, and with the help of his friend and accomplice. Had things gone according to plan, he would have been taken out of the facility after the show. But they did not. Instead, his accomplice murdered him while the show was taking place in the yard.
Objection!
But Mr. Saint was part of that performance. How would have even had the time to commit the murder?
Overruled.
How indeed? Allow me to explain. As you know, many stage performances follow a set narrative. Yesterday's show was one such example. She's done her homework, I see. The suspect played the role of the antagonistic opposite to the elephant heroine of the show. In the latter part of the performance, the heroine's love prevails and the villain is defeated. This victory is depicted in a very unique manner, whereby the villain is sent flying from the stage by the heroine. He's sent flying by the elephant. Isn't that dangerous? Having been ejected from the stage in this manner, the villain no longer appears in the performance. In other words, the suspect did not appear on stage for a period of approximately 15 minutes. And you're saying the crime took place during that time? Yes, I'm afraid so. After all, it's more than a sufficient window, wouldn't you say?
Objection!
Committing the crime and returning to the stage in that short 15-minute time window is only possible, assuming the murder took place in the prison proper. But in fact, Your Honor, the real scene of the crime was Knight's cell. I seem to remember telling you that I would not accept that part of the security footage into evidence.
Objection!
And you won't have to. I have proof of a different kind. Very well. Would you be so good as to present it? What proof do you have the murder took place in the victim's holding cell? We have his blood! We have his blood, you smug son of a bitch! Oh, you're getting it now.
Take that!
This appears to be a photograph of the floor. Almighty goddess of justice, grant me patience. That floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor. That floor you're so dismissive of, Your Honor, has traces of Knight's blood on it. Oh, not so hot now, huh? Traces, you say? Is this evidence reliable? After all, I don't believe you have access to the necessary forensic operatives. I have my resources. A certain blunt instrument, you might say, but a reliable one. The detective, how very unfortunate for him. Perhaps before you decided to circumvent the law, you might have considered that the committee's influence extends to the police. You bitch! You fucking no! Hands off, Gumshoe! Hands off! He's our big lug, you fucking bitch, you! Oh no! Now Gummy's badge is on the line too! Forgive me, detective. I didn't mean to put you at risk as well. I will enter the fact that Mr. Knight's blood was found in the holding cell into evidence. However... Objection! Bad luck, idiots! You're really on the edge now, Mr. Worthless! Mr. Winner, I'd forgotten you were there. It was nice while it lasted. I just butted in to tell you that your entire argument is one big inconsistency. You showed us camera footage of a dog killing Mr. Knight in his cell. Are you saying the mutt also wiped the blood up before it left the scene? Uh-oh! What are tricks gonna do, huh? A blood-wiping dog? You're a joke! You'd have wiped up the blood, wouldn't you, boy? Yes, Helmet. Yes, you would. What? That was one of the tricks I taught him before our work together was so rudely cut short. He's a very tidy boy, you know. Never misses a drop. It wouldn't do to leave any evidence after all. Carnus? Huh. Saved by an assassin of all people? Jeez Louise! You could have just taught the little guy to shake hands! Oh, he does that marvelously too. Although, the way I taught him to do it is somewhat unorthodox. First, he bites down hard on the victim's hand, and then... La la la! I'm not listening! I see. Very well then, Mr. Edgeworth. It seems you may have gathered some evidence worth considering. Your understanding is much Wait! I'm not done yet! I just thought of something else! Overruled. Oh boy, somebody's taking no prisoners. Eustace, would you be so kind as to allow me? All yours, Gavel. Well, do you accept the truth now? The crime took place in Knight's holding cell, and the assassin dog was the killer. My position is the same as it was yesterday. Until you can explain how the dog moved between the prison and the detention center, I cannot accept your theory into evidence. I thought you might say that, which is why I'd like to show you something else. This piece of evidence shows how the dog could have freely traveled between the prison and the detention center. Now, we can show the tunnel prints. Yep.
Take that!
Oh! Oh! No! Oh, now you're getting it. This is... It's a secret passageway. It runs beneath the prison. What? What? A secret passageway? It was dug by Mr. Rocco Casarato, escapee. It leads from his prison cell to a certain holding cell in the detention center. Yes, the very one where the victim was being held. Well, this is certainly a surprise. To think that it was beneath our feet this entire time. Mr. Canis, you knew of this tunnel, didn't you? Because it's the same tunnel that was used to carry out the murder. In the name of the goddess of justice, overruled, Mr. Edgeworth. You are out of line. There's no way you can come back from this. Come on! You can see the prince! You... Verity, I swear to God.
Hold it!
How so, Your Honor? Evidence is everything, whether in a court of law or at the scene of an investigation. Isn't that your little catchphrase? Well, it just so happens that I have some evidence of my own. Bronco Knight's autopsy report. His autopsy report? When did we get that? How do you not know that you had it? The police handed it to me only a short while ago. The findings are still preliminary, but it has something of value to tell us nonetheless. The goddess of justice speaks to us through these pages, Mr. Edgeworth. Cause of death, stab wound to the throat, and the weapon is said to be a sharp blade of some sort. It seems the victim was stabbed repeatedly in the same spot, resulting in an ugly wound. As such, the police have yet to identify the exact shape of the weapon. But its overall nature seems to be beyond question. It is a bladed metal instrument. In light of this evidence, do you truly wish to continue with your flight of fancy? Or will you now claim the dog used a knife instead? But that's impossible! That will be all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
But the tunnel! The paw prints! What of them? Helmet is something of a wanderer. Perhaps he just happened to cross the tunnel one day. Although, I couldn't say for certain. I myself cannot wander so freely. That would be quite a coincidence, but I can't prove it's not the case either. She sure knows how to keep a secret, huh? I kinda wish she kicked us in the teeth a little earlier with that. She was baiting me, waiting for the perfect moment to crush me with that autopsy report. And I fell for it, hook, line, and sinker. You are lead attorney for the defense, correct, Mr. Fender? This is the interim autopsy report in question. I do apologize for the delay. Yeah, no sweat. Thanks for hooking us up. Yep, this all checks out. Yep. Mr. Fender, a handshake is not necessary when receiving official courtroom documents, you know. So please, feel free to let go of my hand. It's not a holy relic after all. Was just trying to be friendly, Your Honor. Had you lingered a moment longer, the goddess of justice would have spoken to you through my gavel. All right, I got it. Nice work, Gavel. It's just like we planned it. I did only as you instructed, Eustace, but thank you. Oh, come on! Let me pull one over on her game, please! Bullshit! This is bullshit! This report came from the police. I have no choice but to accept its legitimacy. But if the dog didn't kill Knight, then it takes Canis out of the running. The goddess of justice speaks to me, Mr. Edgeworth, and she is merciful. She tells me that you might yet keep your badge if you finally abandon this fruitless quest.
What's our move, sir? I think she really means it this time.
What do you think, detective? My answer remains the same, Judge Gavel. I will see my duty done, and I will not be intimidated by the likes of you. Even with how things stand, you still refuse to concede. This may very well be your last chance. Your badge hangs by a thread. Then let it fall if it must. I have something far more important to protect as an associate attorney. My client! The goddess of justice is no doubt saddened by your refusal to accept an offer of her mercy. Attaboy, Miles! That's what I like to see! Looks like the defense never rests is really starting to mean something to you. Credit to your old man, though. He's the one who said it first. My father? In fact, I could swear I saw Gregory's spirit in you for a second there. You said you've changed since your days in Von Karma's shadow. I didn't believe you at first, but I'm starting to. Thank you, Mr. Fender. Alright, kids. This is where the rubber really hits the road. Put your thinking caps on. It's make or break time. If it's true the Knight was off with a bladed weapon, does our whole case really fall apart? A bladed weapon. Of course! There were 5 chisels in Kanna's cell when we last looked. A former assassin certainly wouldn't struggle to commit murder with a tool like that. In which case, the weapon that killed Knight was... Have you quite finished? It would be in your best interest to concede... Evidence is everything. It may well be my little catchphrase, but it's also true. So the murder weapon was a sharp blade. Then where is it? The guards didn't find it. Why can't you let this go? So what if they didn't find it? What are you driving at? What if I were to tell you that I now know what the real murder weapon was? And it was right under our noses the whole time. Indeed. It was one of Mr. Connors' chisels. What?
Overruled.
I would advise you to stop bombarding us with your irresponsible, half-baked theories, Mr. Edgeworth. You have repeatedly insisted that Mr. Knight was killed in his cell by a dog. I simply go where the evidence takes me, both in the courtroom and at the scene of a crime. If the murder weapon was in fact a chisel, then yes, the murder could not have been the dog. But that begs the question then, what exactly was it we saw in the security footage? Oh yeah, the security footage! How do you explain that, Mr. Smarty Pants? An excellent question. The footage shows the dog jumping on someone. Mr. Connors' dog jumping up at Knight. The dog attacked Knight, but he didn't kill the man. He didn't? No, Knight was merely knocked down. The dog didn't drag a corpse to the tunnel. He dragged an alive but conscious Knight, or unconscious Knight, sorry. The real killer was the dog's master. Oh, I get it. By bringing Knight here, Mr. Connors could finish the job. And he could definitely use one of his chisels to do it. Correct. You, Bodhihama Connors, you're the only one who could have done it.
Objection!
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, you ever get this on your report card? Refuses to listen, must learn to respect others. Are you asking me or confessing to what's on yours? We already searched Mr. Connors' cell from top to bottom, right, Gavel? Yes, we even inspected his chisels, all 4 of them. There wasn't a single speck of blood.
Hold it!
Why, thank you, Your Honor. You've just confirmed my theory. I have? What exactly do you mean? The last time we were here, there were 5 chisels, not 4. Oh yeah, I remember counting them. Definitely 5. And the one that's missing is... the small one. The one we thought might be a pocket chisel. Mr. Connors, where did you hide that chisel? A pocket chisel, and one might... a pocket chisel, And what use might I have for such a thing? I'm really allowed to leave my cell. In which case, he shouldn't have had the chance to dispose of the weapon. Heh, you've dug your own grave, Mr. Connus. You seem to have an idea where this missing chisel is. Mr. Edgeworth, would you enlighten us? For a man who can't leave his cell of his own volition, Connus could have only hidden the chisel here. That's right. And then we present the maximum security. Has to be within here. Mr. Connus is still a prisoner. Despite the comfort he enjoys, he is rarely allowed out of his cell. He could have given the chisel to his dog to leave somewhere, but that would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing why it might... But that would have been far from ideal. He would have no way of guaranteeing where it might end up. Intriguing. Do go on, Mr. Edgeworth. Furthermore, this room is the one place where a bladed instrument wouldn't raise an eyebrow. 4 chisels, 5 chisels, who's counting? A fact he took full advantage of. The old keep the incriminating evidence close routine. Classic.
Objection!
But I looked! I searched the whole cell myself! And there's just nowhere he could have hidden it!
Objection!
I'm certain the murder weapon is here. And that the reason why no one has found it yet is because it was hidden in such an ingenious manner. Do enlighten us, Mr. Edgeworth. What was my ingenious plan? Think, Miles. There must be a hiding spot he could make use of. Think about when you came here previously. What are you missing? He's not showing us out permanently, right? Let's get out of here! Come on! The dog. He hasn't made a sound today. When we were here before, he barked and growled repeatedly. Connus even encouraged him to do so. That must be it. I knew something was off! I can hardly believe it, but I think I know where he heard the murder weapon. Giving up already? I expected more of you, Mr. Edgeworth.
Hold it!
As well you should, if you would give me a moment. For this piece of evidence shows where you heard the murder weapon.
Take that!
Your dog. He seems unusually quiet today. Oh yeah, unlike last time when... Mr. Connus, if you'd be so kind as to open Helmet's mouth. Oh, come now. He hasn't barked because he's a well-behaved boy. I had to order him to last time. Then order him again, this instant. It is not like we're asking for the world, Mr. Connus. Or do you have something to hide? If you insist. Come on, Helmet. Open up. And there we have it. A chisel that small was easy to... What? A chisel in the dog? Why is there a chisel in the dog? I thought it'd be strangely quiet. I guess his brain has finally caught up. Eustace, why don't you be a good boy and call forensics? Tell them it's urgent. Okay.
Our finding as follows. Traces of blood were detected on the chisel.
What? Not such a half-baked theory after all, was it? Alright, so we're all on the same page here. This is our murder weapon, yeah? The forensic evidence cannot be ignored. We have no choice but to concede that this is most likely the case. Why is the suspense music playing? Gavel, what are you thinking? Mr. Connus, in light of the discovery of the murder weapon, the court demands that you explain yourself. We found the route your dog took to the holding cells, and now we have the chisel. How do you propose to talk your way out of this one? You never fail to entertain, Mr. Edgeworth. Why does he always laugh like that, even when it's not funny? Poor Helmet. How could they suspect us? You leave me little choice. I shall simply have to share with you the truth. I did not kill anyone. I have grown tired of killing. Something's not right. Why is he so calm? Very well. The court will hear Mr. Connus's testimony. If you'd be so kind. Gladly. Connus's defense. Perhaps you might explain. Perhaps you might begin by explaining what you believe my motive to have been. I never knew this knight. I had no contact with him, no connection whatsoever. Given that this case, why would I possibly wish him dead? Could it be you're suggesting it was my campaign? Could it be you are suggesting that it was my canine companion who had the motive instead? Helmet only bears his fangs when I tell him to. I am not so bloodthirsty that I would kill a man I did not know. I mean, when he puts it that way... An assassin who only kills his acquaintances, not the soundest business model, I agree. My work required me to deal with strangers, of course, but murder for its own sake? That's not my style. So, I need to prove a link between Knight and Mr. Connus. I should go over the evidence again and see what I can discover. Alright. Next. We present the chess diagram. This one was kind of obvious.
Objection!
You're getting sloppy, Mr. Connus. You may have trained your dog to clean up your mess, but some things still require a human touch. We found this in the victim's room. It's the record of a game of correspondence chess. What's more, the game depicted matches the game laid out on your board. Oh. What? The number of possible games has been calculated to be 10 to the power of 120, and that's on the low end. Wait, so that's 10 times 10, 120 over, right? 100, 1,000? I give up. I mean, what even call a number that big? A vanishingly unlikely coincidence. That's what. Now, tell us why you killed Knight. Unless, that is, you would prefer to explain the coincidence? Well, they do say the truth is stranger than fiction. It is, as you say, a coincidence. But that's totally impossible! We just proved that! A coincidence of a different kind, child. I never imagined my correspondent was the victim, you see. And yet, here we are. Helmet as surprised as I am. Aren't you, Helmet? Yes. Yes. I suppose there's nothing for it but to finally tell the truth, boy. The other prisoners had all gone to the yard, you see. There was a show of some sort, I believe. Here I was, minding my own business, when in comes Helmut, dragging a corpse of all things. I had quite the shock, not least because the murder weapon was still in the poor fellow's neck. Of course, I was none too keen on becoming a suspect. So, I had Helmut take the body to the workshop. Once there, he removed the murder weapon and brought it back to me, just as I had asked.
The dog pulled out the murder weapon in the workshop.
Indeed he did. Removing it here would have made an awful mess after all.
You know something? That makes total sense. Remember what Mr. Solid said, Mr. Edgeworth?
That huge big black dog had sunk its terrible teeth into the victim's throat.
What did you just say?
It was hellish, utterly hellish. That beast, that awful beast, he killed him.
I see. So what Mr. Salt actually saw was Helmut removing the murder weapon then?
Precisely. I can't say I wasn't a little disappointed that he was spotted, of course. Silly boy, it's not like It's not like you to slip up like that, is it now? And there you have it. That is about all there is to tell. I did not kill the man. At most, I'm responsible for the removal of the weapon. Now, will that be all? Poor Helmut is growing restless.
Objection!
Sorry, but if you could just entertain us for a little longer, Mr. Connus. And Mr. Fender? No offense, Paleo, but I don't think you've quite told us everything. I'm sure we'd all like to know why you thought you need to pull the chisel in the first place. He's right. It makes sense that he would move the body to avoid suspicion. But Connus had no reason at all to recover the murder weapon.
So, the mute one isn't as dumb as I thought.
Please answer the question, Mr. Connus.
It was because of the bell. The one attached to the chisel, and the one around Helmut's neck. Have a very distinctive design, if you will.
Of course. There is something of a trademark of yours, were they not? I don't get it. How does that even work? Bodhidharma Connus, the blind butcher. His appearance was always announced by the sound of bells. The last sound his victims would ever hear. For the record, you can actually hear the bell in his song. Not pressing any buttons. Wait for it. See? God, this theme is so good, man. The last sound his victims would ever hear.
You flatter me. Though it's been some years since you last saw one of them. You remember them well.
Your knife and its attached bell were one of the pieces of evidence seized in our case against you.
Yes, it was but one of my bells. Only two in existence.
Just two?
Two and only two. One is for my knife, and one for my beloved helmet, exquisitely crafted, utterly unique. My ears are my guide, after all. And I must be able to use my tools precisely. Of course, as you said, the knife has long since been taken from me. When Helmut brought the body to my cell, I was rather surprised to hear a familiar sound. At first, I was sure that my knife had been used to do the deed. But no, a chisel, an ordinary chisel. It's certainly no assassin's blade. Nonetheless, the bell would have suggested my involvement. Compounding the matter is the fact that I am the only person in prison permitted to use such tools. It was clear that I would become the prime suspect. And so, the chisel had to be removed and hidden. You still claim that you only had your dog move the body, that you had nothing to do with the killing? How could I? I told you, the chisel is not mine. You need not take my word, Mr. Edgeworth. Why not have it checked for fingerprints? Eustace. Huh? Me? But I don't know how to check for prints. Get forensics. Oh, right! Sure thing! We got him! Fingerprints! They're Mr. Knight's! At Mr. Connis's? Nope! Just Mr. Knight's. Oh, and forensics said there was no sign of prints having been wiped off either. Uh-oh. Oh, that's not good. Oh, we're fucked. Only Knight's fingerprints? This isn't good. Should I get them to check again? Now, do you see? I have never so much as touched that chisel. Helmut carried it in his mouth, that is all. Therefore, any prints must have belonged to whoever had it last. So the murder weapon belonged to the victim. That's not helpful. As I said, I have not touched the chisel. Therefore, I cannot be the killer. Or do you wish to suggest otherwise? I've got nothing to counter with. But what could this mean? Is he not the killer after all? Is he actually telling the truth? No, he can't be. I am sure this goes without saying, Mr. Edgeworth. But if you do not find a solution to your current predicament, and quickly, I will have little choice but to relieve you of your badge. Even my patience has a limit, and I will not tolerate you throwing this investigation into chaos. Do you understand?
You've done it now, sir! She's serious!
I hate to admit it, but the fingerprints turn everything on its head. Without more evidence, I'm back to square one. Wait. Something doesn't add up. A few things, actually. What was Sir Knight of me to chisel for? You can do a lot with a chisel, child. Break out of prison, for one. All right, then how did he get it in there? There's no way the guards would let him bring a super sharp tool with him, right, Mr. Edgeworth? Hey, Earth to Mr. Edgeworth! You can't stand there hemming and hawing just because of a little setback. The important thing is finding the truth, you know? It doesn't matter how we get there. As long as we have Simeon in the end, we can't give up now, or ever.
Yeah, what she said, pal!
I'll second that. You want me around at that, Kay. I'm half tempted to offer you a job for real. It's like I said, the defense never rests. Or rather, like your pop said, what do you think lies at the heart of those word, Miles? Any guesses? The heart of those words. It's like this. As defense attorneys, our client's fate rests on our shoulders. We're the only ones they can turn to. Simeon's our client, and we're the only ones who can save him. So, we can't rest. Not while he's counting on us. I'm not about to turn my back on your old man's legacy. Are you? I am an associate with the defense now. No. I am an associate with my father's firm. That's the role I have chosen, and that means that if I fail to save my client, I have failed in my duties. I will honor my father's vision and save Simeon Saint! No matter what setbacks I face, I cannot admit defeat! If one path is blocked, I must simply find another! There we go! That's the Miles Edgeworth I know! Now let's find that new path forward! We can start by trying to figure out how Mr. Knight brought that chisel into the prison! Right, how would Knight have managed to bring a chisel in here? The chess set, obviously.
Take that!
Usually, it wouldn't be possible to bring a metal object into this facility undetected. Excuse me. Because of the security gates, right? Correct. But we already know that checks at one of the gates haven't been entirely thorough as of late. Namely, the gate at the entrance to the detention center. That gate is only used to scan people. Any items they bring into the facility are only subjected to a cursory check. Are you telling me the chess set wasn't put through the metal detector? It should have been. Alas, it seems the guards have grown a little lax in that regard as of late. Knight took advantage of this little oversight and had Mr. Saint bring him the chisel, hidden inside his pocket chess set. That does answer one of our questions, and it suggests the chisel was indeed Mr. Knight's and not Mr. Connis's. However, we still have one rather pressing problem to address. That of the security footage in which Knight is attacked by the dog. How does one explain it if Mr. Connis was not the culprit? But then, how do you explain his prints not being on the murder weapon? That one's a real three-piper. The court too finds it wanting a satisfactory explanation.
Wait, sir! I think it might be time to show you another one of my secret weapons! Introducing secret weapon number 4, Lil V!
What sort of name is that, detective?
I came up with it myself, sir. Anyway, you can use it to analyze the video footage.
An excellent idea. Perhaps then you might finally see that I am telling the truth. Who knows if there's anything to be found, but it has to be worth a try.
Alright, want me to talk you through how to use it, sir?
Seeing as I'm not exactly familiar with video analysis techniques, perhaps I should hear him out. Water! Water break.
Okay.
I'm very tempted to say no, but because I voice all the tutorials, I may as well. If you could run me through its functions, Detective, that would be most appreciated.
Yes, sir! So basically, you just gotta do what you always do. Examine anything that catches your eye. And I can examine things with triangle, I see.
Oh, and I can examine things with triangle. I see.
Next up, see those controls at the bottom of the screen? The barrels left and right let you rewind or fast forward. And you can use the middle one to pause. Get used to those and you're golden, sir.
It seems I can also press R1 to fast forward or L1 to rewind the footage. And I can press X to pause.
When the video's paused, you can go to the previous frame, L1, or next frame with R1. Or just use the same control panels I showed you earlier. Lastly, I better explain how to zoom in. Just line the old cursor at the area you want to take a closer look at, then use the panel in the bottom right and little V will do the rest. It's got the 2 expanding arrows right on it. Can't miss it, sir.
It would appear I can zoom in by pressing square as well.
By the way, even when you're zoomed in, you can still examine stuff, just like in the regular view. Also, you can make use of the previous and next frame to get a good look at what's really happening. Only thing you can't do when you're zooming is play footage, so there's that.
I see. And how do I zoom out again?
Just use the panel in the lower right again, sir. See how it's gone from expanding to collapsing arrows there? That's because you're zoomed in. And that about sums it up. Now let's fire a little V up for real. Remember, just examine anything that catches your eye and you'll do fine.
The footage from Knight's holding cell. Other than the victim being attacked by that dog, I can't see what else it might show us. But suppose we're wrong. What could we be looking at instead? Could the person in the footage be someone other than Knight? And if so, could whatever's attacking them be something else too? I should keep both questions in mind when reviewing the footage.
You never know what you're gonna see once you start looking things up close. Check every detail, sir. You'll find something, I'm sure.
Okay. One of this footage seems odd. Okay. Hang on. So, let's see now. So after this, we have... Must be seeing things. Ah, damn it. Hang on. Okay, so focus on the hat. Okay. Apparently there's a hat. The figure is reflected in the mirror here, too. Is that a hat?
Say, doesn't look like the hats the guards wear, sir? Oh, jeez, is that what I think it is?
Have there been any reports of one of the animals attacking a guard recently?
Not that I've heard of.
So this may not be a guard at all, but someone dressed as one. Perhaps this might shed a light on the matter of the hat. The missing uniform.
Take that!
So, no guards have reported being attacked by an animal as far as we know. But we did hear about a guard's spare uniform being stolen. Could the person in the security footage perhaps be someone disguised as a guard? Someone attempting to escape without being noticed?
A guard disguise? I guess it might work. Wait, weren't we just talking about someone?
We were indeed. Someone who seems to have successfully made his escape. If the person in the footage isn't Knight, then the creature may not be a dog either.
You're right, sir. Let's zoom in and check.
Okay, now, after this, in the lower right corner. Wait, that's... I suspect we may have made a critical error in our judgment. What we're looking at here is no dog. This animal is a bear. That's not a dog, it's a bear. What? So the paw prints in the photo I took were not canine, but ursine.
A bear? So could that mean...
Yes, I think it could. After all, who else do we know is such a pet? We had assumed that it was night in the security footage. Okay, audio's still good. Well, it was his cell. It's hardly a crazy theory. Perhaps. But now we know about the hole under the bed. It is no longer the only possibility. Whoever had access to the tunnel could very well be caught on camera. And who is that, Mr. Edgeworth? Would you care to tell the court who you believe this person to be? The person in the security footage is...
Take that!
I believe I know who our god in disguise is. It's none other than Rocco Caserato, the prisoner who recently made his escape from this facility. I'm confident in him because he was assigned a polar bear cub as his companion. But the bear in that video is all black! Indeed, and we have evidence that explains why. The evidence that explains the polar bear's dark fur is the glove, because he got the mud pack treatment.
Take that!
Recall, if you will, Mr. Frank Sod's testimony. That's the rubber glove I dropped! Would you care to explain why it's so dirty? Oh, of course! That's mud from one of the pet treatments I've been practicing! I was giving one of the animals a mud pack right when the incident happened! I see. Around what time would this have been? Oh, let's see. The show had already started, so around 9 a.m. perhaps? The thing is, the more mud I applied, the more in the zone I got, the darker the animal's fur became. There's no trance quite like the trance of one that enters when one slathers an animal with thick black mud. While the circus performance was underway, he was giving one of the animals the mud pack treatment. An animal could have been, indeed, our polar bear. Mr. Edgeworth, your latest assertion simply introduces yet another contradiction. The footage from the security camera... I fully understand, Your Honor, and your doubts are entirely justified. Mr. Salt mentioned applying the mud pack while the circus performance was underway, and that this does indeed introduce a new contradiction concerning the security footage. It does? Yes. Let's put it this way. When would you expect the footage to have been recorded, Kay? If it was taken right after he applied the mud pack treatment, it should have been around 9 a.m. In which case, something isn't right about the footage. Really? And what's that? What new contradiction does the security footage introduce relative in which it was recorded? The timestamp.
Take that!
Mr. Salt said he administered the treatment around 9 a.m., in which case the security footage should also be at the time of around 9 a.m. as well. However, the timestamp says 6:42 a.m. On the day of the murder, the prisoners all went to the yard to watch the circus. All except three. Mr. Carnes, who remained in his cell in maximum security, Mr. Salt, who was administering a mud pack treatment in the workshop, and Rocco Caserato, who'd been awaiting that precise moment to plan his escape into action. I believe he entrusted the bear to Mr. Salt before entering the tunnel. And the bear then slipped out of Mr. Salt's grasp to run after its human. Mr. Salt would have left the workshop to pursue the bear, at which point he saw Mr. Carnes' dog retrieving the murder weapon from Knight's body. It all fits perfectly. except for the security footage, which should have been recorded at around 9 a.m. However, the timestamp is 3 hours off. But why would the timestamp be wrong? Detective, I would like you to have the security camera examined. Right away, please.
I'm back, sir! I just talked to the guards and... Seems like the time codes can slip on these cameras if they lose power.
What?
Oh, they're pretty old, sir. Guess the clock stops when the power's off.
Which would mean the power's off for approximately 3 hours at some point. Interesting.
Well, that's not all, sir. You know about Night to Night stealing the keys? No one believed him considering, well, you know, he seemed like he was kind of the only suspect. Turns out that wasn't all he said. He also said he was knocked out cold, just like the other guy.
Which may not necessarily have been a lie.
Darlings, there you all are.
How goes the investigation? Is there anything I can do to help things along?
Actually, there might be something we can do for you, Warden Lagarde. The escapee, Mr. Caserato, I believe he may still be on the premises. He disguised as a god. Here's the proof should you need it. We're reasonably certain the person captured on this tape is our man. And if I'm correct, he might even be right here in this room with us now. Hey, Mr. Caserato would be wearing a bracelet, right? Yes, a bracelet that could easily be hidden in the sleeves of his stolen uniform. Furthermore, the doors out of the prison proper don't have those sensors that detect the bracelets installed. So if he avoided the doors with sensors, he could simply wait for an opportunity to finally make his escape.
Well, yes, I suppose he could. He'd just have to avoid the workshops and cells and... Oh my! He's one of you, isn't he? He's here right now!
Look, it's Teddy!
Hey! Paws off! Get your mitts off of me, you big palooka!
Thank you, Teddy. Very kind of you to confirm our suspicions.
Ah! Dang it, kid, if it wasn't for you, Ida!
What a thing it is to be loved. Ha, Mr. Caserato. I'm almost envious.
Guards, apprehend this man!
A moment, if you will. I have some questions for our would-be escapee. If we're to learn the truth, I will need to speak with him. With your permission, of course.
I can hardly say no now, can I?
Well, come on then. Hit me with your best shot.
Mr. Caserato's escape route led directly into Knight's cell, so it's highly possible he has something to offer. Tell me, what were you doing on the day Mr. Knight's body was discovered? Let's go. Endgame! Around the time of discovery.
So it was you guys, huh? You're the ones who found my secret getaway tunnel. You know how long it took me to dig that freaking thing? I had me a guard's uniform, a whole dog, and a plan in place, so I went for it on the day you found the guy. But then this little guy just had to come right after me. The sack of fur was covered in mud too. Had to go back to our cell. Arg! I would have gotten away with it if somebody hadn't off night and brought you bums down here.
You claim to have dug that tunnel just now. How exactly did you do it?
How? Used everything I could get my hands on, see? Hammers, spoons, you name it. Spent every dime I had on this cockamamie fixer. And what do I got to show for it now, huh? Do not be disheartened, friend. Tomorrow is another day.
There's an outside chance Mr. Caserato and Knight met face to face just before Knight's death. I should see what other details I can extract from him. Alright, let's do it. Let's do it, guys. Endgame! They're playing, the upbeat, confrontation Preston music. God. Soundtrack in this game is amazing. Okay, so we press the third statement.
Hold it!
The uniform, was that from the Fix-It too?
Sure was. Heard he had something on one of the guards. Had the guy swipe it from a pal's locker.
And were you wearing it when you were crawling through the tunnel?
Nope. Would've gotten dirt on it. Had to hold on to it until we got into the holding cell. But once I was out of there and dressed up, opened the cell door, should have been a piece of cake. Here we go, I thinks. Freedom beckons. And then the furball here jumps at me.
Which would be the moment captured on camera. I see. I'd be grateful if you could add that to your testimony.
Once I was out of that tunnel and all dressed up, opened the cell door, should have been a piece of cake.
Okay, let me present Mr. Knight's keys.
Objection!
You claim that leaving the holding cell would have been a piece of cake, as you put it.
Yeah, you got a problem with that? 'Cause we can make it a problem if you catch my drift.
Even once you had reached Mr. Knight's cell, you still had another door to contend with. How exactly did you plan on opening it? Mr. Caserato, I posit that leaving the cell would have been a piece of cake only because you had the key!
I don't got no stinking key. I didn't need one. It was a piece of cake because the door was open. I walked right out.
Objection!
Yes, I suppose Knight's cell was vacant by that point. There would have been no reason to lock it. And it was indeed unlocked when I went to examine it for myself. So perhaps when you finally succeed today, it was truly unlocked because it was after the murder. But you had attempted to escape previously. Yeah, the security footage shows when you tried and failed because Teddy caught you. Which was during the circus performance, before the body was discovered. The holding cell was still locked at that time because no one knew that Knight had been killed yet. Therefore, you must have hit the Therefore, you must have had the key to his cell on you. Without it, your escape would not have been possible. Are you saying? Could he really have? I believe he could, yes. The theft of the keys was in fact perpetrated by none other than Mr. Caserato. He is the one who attacked the god. But not just the god, Knight too, all to gain possession of the god's keys.
It wasn't me, you lousy bum. I didn't even know this Knight guy.
After you stole the keys, you went back to your cell to avoid suspicion. And then, you waited for the perfect moment to escape. A moment when the prison would be almost deserted. That's right, the moment of the show. Just before the discovery of the body. Unluckily for you, that particular attempt was thwarted by your furry friend.
Says who, huh? You got no proof, you genius. This ain't your win yet. Nuh-uh. Knight knocked the guard out for the count, and everybody knows it.
Don't play games with me. Knight was as much a victim as the god in this case. As a matter of fact, I have proof that Knight had been attacked in his cell.
Take that!
That's right. Why would it have been wiped? We found traces of Mr. Knight's blood on the cleanly wiped floor of his cell. What could possibly explain such a thing other than him being attacked? And it was you who attacked him! You ambushed the both of them and stole the keys! Why, I oughta... You should have found it.
Okay, but why did you think you had to wipe it up anyway?
If they checked Knight in the guard's hands, they would have seen those two never came to blows. But that blood had given up the whole game. Ain't no way they'd figure out there was a third man in the ring. Plus, once they started sniffing around on the floor, they'd have found the tunnel in a heartbeat.
So, you wiped up the blood to buy yourself a little more time so you could wait for a better opportunity. Sadly, the opportunity you sought wasn't good enough to get your clear out of the prison, it seems. Now, hand over those keys!
Right in the kisser.
Dead.
Knocked out by a lousy stinking bum. Fine. You want the keys. Here, I hope you choke on them.
Overruled.
Wait a moment. If Master Caserato here had the keys... Indeed, Your Honor. Your theory relies on Knight having used the keys he allegedly stole to escape his cell. That was the only way he would have been able to enter Mr. Saint's cage and move to the workshop. Unfortunately for you, we know now that theory cannot possibly be true! Oh, no! No! Finally! In your face! You two fucking arrogant bitches! Sit down! This time, the court is adjourned! Ha! Guess this changes things up a bit, yeah? Now there's only one person who could have moved Knight's body. Is the one person who knew about that tunnel.
No! You gotta be freaking... Mr. Caserato, you're under arrest! Come quietly now, pal! Wait! You got the wrong guy! I didn't do nothing! Alright, fine, I knocked those two chumps out and I stole the keys. But after that, I went right back to my cell and waited for my moment. Next, I went to Knight's cell, and there was nobody around, and I mean nobody! Plus, his body was found in the workshop. You think I just magicked my way in there or something? I couldn't have even gone out of my cell.
Indeed, you only had the key to Knight's cell. You couldn't have left your own cell back in the prison. But Mr. Connis's dog could.
What?
It was not you, but Helmet who moved the body from your cell to the workshop. I get it now. You're saying he wasn't the only con in this conspiracy. Indeed, one can easily imagine Mr. Caserato and Mr. Connis might have worked together. Mr. Caserato could have killed Knight and dragged him back to his cell.
And then Mr. Connis's dog took him from there to the workshop.
There are no restrictions to animals. Movements within the prison. Movement between the detention center and the prison proper, however, is tightly controlled. There was only one possible route, and you could have taken advantage of it, Mr. Caserato!
How can you be so sure, huh? Maybe there's more of them and you just don't know.
Something tells me that digging even a single tunnel was arduous enough.
You got that right. You try scraping more than one hole in the dirt with a spoon. Lucky for me, I didn't have to dig the whole way. Somebody already did a bunch of the work for me.
What? You didn't dig the entire tunnel yourself?
Nope. Found it when they put me in that cell. Ran all the way there to the well in the yard already. Even looked out in the well to check it from there. It was the same tunnel, all right. I just made good on what somebody else started.
Then what was the original tunnel for?
Who knows? You're one with all the answers, pal. Maybe someone else tried to break out.
Ooh, or maybe it was the animals that dug it. Like to get water from the well or something. I've heard of more plausible scenarios than that in B-grade movies, Kay.
Well's dry, kid. Ain't no water to be had down there. No, come to think of it. A smell. Yeah, always smelled kinda nice down there.
Nice?
Gee, I don't know. Smelled sorta like dessert, I guess.
A sweet scent? That sounds very familiar. Where did we come across a sweet scent before? On his body. Detective Gumshoe noticed a sweet smell when we examined Mr. Knight's body. With the help of a police dog, we followed the scent of the body and traced its routes back through the prison. Hang on, gotta plug in my phone here. And that Mr. Caserato was how we found your tunnel. Could that same sweet scent be what you noticed coming from the well? Very clever, Mr. Edgeworth. You mean to suggest that this evidence of the body having been moved through the tunnel? I do. Furthermore, Mr. Caserato, you're the only person who could have done it. Nobody else had access. You have our thanks, Mr. Caserato. Truly. Finally the truth comes into view. Now, unburden yourself. It is time. Confess your role in this tragic incident.
What? You ain't pinning this on me!
I'm glad to see we're finally in agreement, Your Honor.
Stop. How can you possibly have a way out of this? How?
You. Oh, if only we were, Mr. Edgeworth. Mr. Caserato may have been an accomplice, but not of Mr. Connus. No. He was working with Mr. Knight.
What do you mean?
I do not believe he moved Mr. Knight's body. Instead, I believe that he let Mr. Knight the use of the keys he stole. You gotta be kidding me! Granted, it seems likely that he attacked Mr. Knight, but that doesn't necessarily mean that Mr. Knight was knocked unconscious as a result. And what if he wasn't? What if he and Mr. Caserato had reached a certain agreement? You have no proof of this! You are literally just making this up! You are literally just making this up, Verity! Oh my god! What kind of agreement exactly? Mr. Knight was plotting an escape for which he required a means of leaving his cell. And here was the precise means in front of the keys Mr. Caserato had just stolen from the guard. Mr. Caserato himself would need to pass through Mr. Knight's cell in order to effect his own escape. Mr. Knight needed only shout and alert the guards, and Mr. Caserato's plan would be ruined. And so, the two struck a deal.
Lady, the only striking I do is with my fists.
My, still you deny it?
So, we're agreeing that we still disagree.
Mr. Knight had Mr. Caserato unlock his cell, so that when Mr. Saint arrived, he could escape into the cage.
You bitch. You fucking dare!
Mr. Saint was then able to move him into the prison proper just as planned. Aha! And then he took Mr. Knight into the workshop and did the dirty deed. Were neither of you listening? The scent on Knight's body proves that it was taken through the tunnel. It was moved from his cell to the... Perhaps if you would let me finish, Mr. Edgeworth. I am not denying that Mr. Knight's body was moved to the tunnel. Then what are you driving at? Is this a trick question? As you say, Mr. Edgeworth, the sweet scent shows the route the body took. However, it did not enter the tunnel from Mr. Knight's cell. Huh? Then how did it get down there? There is another possibility
one you seem to have overlooked. The well in the yard. Could a body not have entered the tunnel from there? The well in the yard? Oh yeah, that thing! Mr. Saint did not take the cage to the workshop. He took it outside. There, he killed Mr. Knight and threw his body down the well. You bitch. You fucking bitch, you! You have no proof of this! Mr. Connis's dog then dragged Mr. Knight's body here to his owner's cell from the bottom of the well. On that note, I would ask you to recall something. What was happening in the yard at the approximate time of the body's discovery? The circus show, right? Regina and Simeon were performing for everyone. Wait, Simeon! Ah! Ah, indeed. And so, you see how it must have been him who disposed of the body. Judge Gavelle, your formidable opponent. She so effortlessly adjusted her theory to fit the facts. I propose that Mr. Knight was taken to the yard, not the workshop. And as we've established, Mr. Saint was off stage for 15 minutes. Ample time to throw the body down the well, as I'm sure you will agree. Objection! Your deduction is impressive, Your Honor. However, even supposing that Knight's body was indeed thrown down the well, you cannot conclusively say that it was during the show. It could have happened at a different time. My sympathies, Mr. Edgeworth, but it simply could not have. What? Mr. Caserato was using the tunnel at around the time the show began. Mr. Caserato, did you happen to trip over a corpse while you were down there?
No. Place was clean.
If the body had been at the bottom of the well before the show began, Mr. Caserato would have seen it. However, he saw no such thing. Which makes it somewhat difficult to support your theory, doesn't it? Furthermore, Mr. Knight's body was discovered in the workshop after the show. In summary, the body must have been thrown down the well and moved to the workshop at some point during the show. Tell me, who else could have done that but Mr. Saint? No! Well, what do we do, Mr. Edgeworth? If the body did indeed enter the tunnel from the well, things don't look too good for Mr. Saint. Still, Your Honor, your theory is still just that, a theory. And I posit that you lack the evidence to back it up. I concede that for the moment, I do not. May I suggest we investigate the yard again? Very well. May the goddess of justice go with you. Now then, to the yard. Perhaps we can finally put this case to rest. What's that sound? Yikes! Is there a fire?
Did somebody else escape?
Should we skip town too?
Darlings, please. There's nothing to be alarmed about. Literally. By which I mean that's not an alarm. It's the dinner bell. Although I suppose it is rather alarming if you aren't used to it.
It certainly scared the heck out of me.
I'm so sorry, Sweet Pea. I hope you can forgive us. All right, you two. Back to your posts. Chop chop. And as for you, Rocco Caserato, it's time you went back to your room.
Fine. I get the picture. Come on, Teddy. We're out of here.
Warden Lagarde, we'd like to take one more look at the yard now.
Oh, darlings, don't you have homes of your own to go to? Visiting hours are over, I'm afraid. Tomorrow,
No, it's imperative that we investigate it right away.
I think we've had quite enough excitement for one day, don't you? Murderers, escapees, so eventful. It's time our guest went to Betty Bites, isn't it? Yes, it is. Come now, darling. Don't make me bore you with all of that "I'm the warden, this is an order" nonsense.
Warden Lagarde is right. Her word is law here, and we must... Fuck you! Actually, fuck you, Verity. Oh my god. Not Verity. You already know that we have a fixer in here. Literally, this is just buying time for the real culprit to tamper with the scene. Verity, you are so... I hate this character.
I know I've said before, but I hate this character, dude. Like, you're a judge. Even you should know that leaving a crime scene unattended is just asking to be tampered with.
Mr. Edgeworth, your investigation of the yard will have to wait until tomorrow. You may keep your badge for now. The matter of your standing can wait. I bid you all good day.
Screw off and get out of here. What are you waiting for, kittykins? Off you go.
Fine. At least there is a tomorrow for me. Judge Gavel believes that Knight's body was dropped down the well and then taken through Mr. Caserato's cell to the workshop. But is that truly the case? Do the facts really support her theory? She also seems to believe Mr. Saint to be the one to move the body. But was he really the only one with the opportunity to do so? Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. Tomorrow's another day. We'll figure out a way to save Simeon. I know we will. Yes, we will. I will prove that Mr. Saint is innocent, beyond a shadow of a doubt.
Man, it's still going, bro. I told you, this case 2 is long. It is a long case 2. But that's gonna have to wait for next time. Until then, I'm Quint, and have a good one. Bye-bye!